All right, cheers, man.
Absolutely. Zdrowie.
First off, I want to say thank you for doing this podcast, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hey man, it's not a problem. Happy to have y'all.
And honestly, congratulations on a successful bar. Not gonna lie, the first time I checked it out, my best friend, he was stalking his ex-girlfriend, and she ended up being here. So then we came to this bar, and she was gone, but we checked it out, and it was a great time.
And that's a heck of a story to find out for your first time. But I'm glad y'all came out to the place. Again, we're very new for being open. This is probably the day 77 of operations. And especially during COVID, it's been really hard. So,
how long have you guys been open to the public for?
So we originally tried opening up on Cinco de Mayo, and due to the COVID restrictions, we wound up getting shut down for the day. So then we closed and opened back up in June, and have been open ever since. So I want to say about going on 8 months almost.
And with that, so I'm pretty sure you guys had a plan going forward.
Absolutely.
And how bad did the pandemic mess up your plan?
So it messed up our plan a little bit due to the occupancy level restrictions. But as for us, we just changed a couple of our ideas and goals. And honestly, a lot of businesses failed during the COVID epidemic, but we actually wound up succeeding a little bit. Due to being a small, intimate bar, we were still able to push sales and get people in the door with controlling the intake of people throughout the night.
Oh, okay, so you guys were able to adapt to it and maneuver pretty well?
Yeah, absolutely. We wound up bringing on a couple security guards to help us move people in and out of the bar to not go over our occupancy level.
Very nice. And now that Governor Abbott signed an executive order to taking off masks and 100% full capacity, what does this mean for Porta Rossa?
So for us, we're hitting this rocking and rolling. We're more than ready for it. As for our staff is going to be required to wear a mask for another 2 weeks, just to kind of make the public feel a little bit more safe about it. But we will be allowing people to come in no mask, walk around the bar freely as well. So basically, we're looking to pack the house and get rocking and rolling for spring break.
Very nice. And this is probably going to be the first time where you guys are officially
open without COVID and without mask. Yes, and like I said, we are absolutely looking forward to it.
I'm excited for the turnout.
Yeah, we've actually already started promotions and everything. We're ready. We actually have a couple new events coming out next week. We're releasing a happy hour as well. So our bar will actually wind up being open a little earlier than normal. We'll be opening up at 3 p.m. instead of 5 p.m.
And at what time is happy hour?
So happy hour will be all the way till about 5 to 9, depending on which day it is out of the week. Because on Saturdays and Sundays, we actually open up at about 12 at noon. So we are changing it. I believe it'll be all the way till about noon or 3 till about 7 p.m.
Very nice.
Yes, sir.
What are your specialty cocktails?
Okay, so that is one of the ideas of Porta Rossa, is to have specific environment and a little bit more ludicrous on our drinks. So our signature cocktails automatically are posted right on our bar when you first walk in. We also have a QR code, but it would be our rosemary old fashioned, our lavender old fashioned. We also have our flaming caraditos, which is our number one drink. If you look us up on Instagram, you're going to see a video blow up. We pour liquor 43 and set it on fire, and then top it with espresso. So it's a nice, quick, easy drink. And then we are also releasing a new signature cocktail menu going on in about 2 weeks.
Very nice.
And I can't give any details about that till it's released.
It's a secret, all right.
Yes, sir.
When you guys make these cocktails, how do you guys experiment?
So most of the cocktails we make every night are going to be the same, but every week there's me or 2 or 3 other bartenders always trying to come out with something new, tweak the drinks a little bit. I myself, I have about 150 of my own craft cocktails and shots as well. Every one of our bartenders is also working on their own signature shot and signature drink as well that will be their own and as part of Porta Rossa as well.
So you said you have 150.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's a lot.
I've been doing this since I was about 16. I actually wound up starting off in a bar as a bar back. You know, they just hired me real quick, just sweep floors and mop, because even at that point I couldn't technically work in a bar without a TBC license.
Absolutely.
And then when I turned 18, hit the road running. Started off as a bar back over at the Falls, which had 6 bars in it, so it allowed me to adapt really quick. And then been bartending for about 6.5 years since then, and every day try to create a new craft cocktail.
So you love this atmosphere, don't you?
I love the atmosphere. I love the people. You get to constantly interact with different people from different walks of life, and it shows you a lot of different unique perspectives that you don't normally get to see just going to like the store or HEB or something like that. And I get to have a personal one-on-one with most of my regulars or customers that walk in.
Absolutely, because the bartender's a conversation starter.
And a little bit of a therapist too. Just saying, you got to take on no matter what anyone tells you with a positive attitude and smile, and still help them through their problems without trying to take on any of that emotion that they are telling you. So it's also a little bit like a therapist.
I could definitely see that. So on slow days, is that when you guys really connect with your guests?
Absolutely. During our slower days, which would kind of be a little bit more during the day, but now that we're bringing happy hour, we're going to be busier. But it does give us that time to slowly interact one-on-one, get to have a conversation. And then towards the end of the night, we don't get that same vibe. It kind of becomes more of a party atmosphere is what I would call it. Not so much a club scene, but definitely a more party vibe. People dancing, DJs going, a little different than your nice, more intimate setting during the day.
So I've been here usually on Saturdays, but what kind of vibes and music do you guys give off here at Porta Rossa?
So for music and vibes, we give off a little bit of everything, where we play all genres, all walks. Our DJs are really good. They'll switch it up from R&B top 40s to Latina vibes. We really do a lot of Spanish music, and we do a little banda every now and then. Our DJs will switch up into the 80s too. They'll go the EDM track. So basically, if you want to get up and dance, our DJs, especially on the weekends, are going to get you up out of your seat.
I can definitely vouch to that and agree to that, man.
Yes, sir.
Personally, I like the Latino vibe, so I'm very picky when it comes to my nightlife, and so here in San Antonio, it's interesting, But it was hard for me to find a place, so I found La Roca. But then the pandemic happened, and I enjoy La Roca.
One of my favorite parts to go to outside of my work. It's somewhere I go when I get off, too. It's a nice little hidden gem.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. And then I found this place, and it's sort of like La Roca, but it's such a good time here.
Absolutely. And like I said, you get 2 different vibes. You can come in the day, lounge, have a business talk, have a brunch. We always have a food truck. Or you can come on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Actually, our Sundays are starting to pop off a lot during the day as well. We started doing mimosa kits and having that whole Sunday fun day vibe. And then towards about 3, 4, 5 o'clock, we'll bring in a DJ, and they'll play all the way till about 9 p.m. So we are now becoming a day bar on Sunday as well.
Very nice. What other events and promotions are going on here at Porta Rossa?
So Porta Rossa, we always do an event for every single holiday. It doesn't matter. We actually have a big event coming up for St. Patty's Day. We will be doing, like green beer, Irish car bombs. We're going to do deals and specials on Jameson and Proper 12. We're going to have, I believe, one green classic cocktail we're coming out with, but we haven't fully put it together just yet. Got to get that taste perfect for Porta Rossa. And besides that, literally every holiday we'll always have an event. We always post on our social media. Our Facebook's updated every day, as well as our Instagram. So if you need to find out about us, I would say look at that Instagram page, and you'll know everything you need to know.
Definitely. They have to. So you being the general manager, what do you oversee?
So I'm actually the manager of operations and a little bit of our head mixologist. So for me to answer that question, I oversee all of the daily operations. Anything from being here open to close every day that we're open, which is 6 days a week, to overseeing drinks coming out right, making sure the dishes are polished, making sure beer's stocked, inventory is perfect, making sure everyone's having a good time. And then towards more of the busier nights, I walk around, I talk one-on-one to customers, just like how we actually wound up being introduced to each other. As I walk up, I shake everyone's hand, make sure they're having a good time, find any complaints. And then during COVID, one of my biggest responsibility was trying to help mandate that COVID restrictions and occupancy level.
No, yeah, very good hospitality. And the first time I came here, it was you that gave us a drinks, very hospitality-wise, and I mean, it's really good.
Absolutely. We do have one of the best hospitality style bars. All of our girls will serve you with a smile, positive attitude. Even some of them got sassy attitudes. That's just the way Porta Rossa works. We like to have a little fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Last week when I came, I don't know how, but I guess I accidentally ordered the carajillo.
Okay, yeah.
And it was very good. It was late at night, and I think it was just too late for that drink, but it was very good, and it was a blessing in disguise because I was like, damn, this is a really good cocktail. And the presentation, too.
So that was actually one of those signature drinks I was talking about earlier that we light on fire and pour espresso into. A lot of people don't have a lot of different kind of coffee drinks. I know a lot of bars serve caraditos, but by lighting on a fire, it actually caramelizes the sugars and allows it to become sweeter, and that's why everyone's like, I didn't expect it to taste this way. I've had it at this bar. That's our little signature hint on it. Yes, sir.
So every time I come, it's packed. The bar's always packed.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure you guys are in the weeds a lot.
I would definitely say so, especially on a Friday, Saturday night. And every bar gets in the weeds. That's just part of the business, you know. What most of the bartenders and managers would refer to as power hour is usually about midnight till 2. That's when you're going to be your busiest. I would say, yeah, we're definitely in the weeds, just like any other bar during power hour, but we are very attentive to our service and make sure that if people are even standing at the bar in front of you, that we will try to reach at you, look at you, and make sure that we're going to get you your order and that you know it's coming in a timely fashion.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure with your experience, it's easier for you now to keep it cool and manage everything.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely got a little easier as we got to see the bar grow and see where it would become. So, yes, sir, it's definitely gotten a little easier.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've had plenty of years serving. So with serving, I mean, you know, you get all kinds of customers. You get nice people, you get assholes, but at the end of the day, you just kind of you have to manage yourself. You know, you have to keep it cool.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, a lot of those times you just got to take yourself out of the situation and figure out what it's going to take to solve that problem, which is one of my other biggest things that I have to do when I'm in the weeds is to make sure that all problems are being taken care of right. You never know if it was actually like your staff member that was mad or the customer that was just mad. You know, you got to treat everyone the same and make sure you can solve that problem.
Absolutely. Do you guys deal with a lot of drunk assholes?
I mean, yes and no. Every bar does. Here at Porta Rossa, we actually have a great regular clientele. We sit under a bunch of Broadway. We sit under the Broadway lofts, so everyone above us actually kind of owns bars and everything. So a lot of our guests already kind of know the way a bar goes. If it gets slow, don't get mad at the bartenders and all that. Yes, you will definitely have some drunk assholes. Everyone kind of, the way I see it, everyone has one of those days out of the year that they're just in a bad mood, you know, maybe had a little bit too much. And at Porta Rossa, we're really good. We'll give you a cup of water, let you chill out, sit outside. If you're trying to fight someone, we'll move both parties. We handle our situations extremely well. We've actually never had a fight on our property or inside the bar either, so we're very happy about that.
That's good.
Yes, sir. Especially for this area, you know, we're trying to keep that up-class, high-skill vibe, so we definitely don't want to have fights. That's the number one problem in bar.
No, yeah, of course. What do you think makes Porta Rossa stand out?
Well, one, I believe it was a really new idea for San Antonio. You don't really have a lot of bars underneath apartments, but on top of that, it's a full high-skill mixology lounge. On top of that, the visions came from our owner, John, and he is just a one out of a million person. He's great-hearted, good man, and he had an idea for a bar, and it turned into all of this. The idea was to kind of give it that sexy, classy, intimate vibe with the ability to still be able to bump and, you know, pack out and have a good time by the end of the night. You know, signature drinks that other bars don't have. Good food trucks. That's our number one thing is we always have a food truck every day of the week. We do normally switch them out during Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We have a different truck. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We currently have Holy Smoke, but we will be looking into having a couple more changes and just offer a different variety. Yeah, so really, I got to give that one to John. He had the absolute best idea that wasn't around in this area at the time. Also, right across the street, you had another mixology bar closed down. So, besides this, there was only one next to us. Now there's about two or three, but you just got that vibe. We sit close to the Riverwalk next to the Pearl. Sexy, intimate, nice, cool. We have full open patio. We play every sports game, every fight. So there's a lot of different ideas that go into just Porta Rossa itself to just say this is Porta Rossa because it is a wide variety of different perspectives and minds working together.
And it's right outside of Antonio. It's right outside of downtown, and I think that's like right perfect.
Oh, absolutely perfect. This whole Broadway strip, this part of the Broadway strip in particular, is definitely being renovated and turned better. I believe it will actually be overtaking the St. Mary's strip in the next couple of years. Once it gets a couple more bars on it, it'll be your new little hotspot strip of San Antonio.
Well, the world, it's always evolving. Society's always evolving.
Absolutely.
How do you guys keep up with the competition?
By constantly inviting new ideas from all team members, everyone. We take in all ideas from all of our staff. Besides that, to keep in front of the competition, we do go and see what the other bars around us are doing. How can we progress? How can we get better? Every time I go out, even if it's just on a personal night, I'm looking around the bars, seeing how they have things set up, how we have things set up, so if it would make our bar faster, the drinks better, what can we do to accommodate guests better? We just constantly always strive to evolve and adapt to oncoming business. And I think that's definitely one way we get ahead of our competition. And then we also just kill it on social media. Like we also own the Block SA, so we have one of the biggest Instagram accounts available for restaurant and bars. We've kind of during COVID been keeping Porta Rossa more as a hidden gem, so we didn't have to necessarily blow up to where we couldn't allow people in or anything. But now that masks are coming off, we are more than ready to accommodate everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And I'm excited to see what's going to happen outside, because now that the outside's going to be...
So there is talks of we are going to be putting a secondary bar outside to be able to serve guests outside so they don't necessarily have to walk in during a nice sports game or anything like that. So we do have a couple more secret ideas for spring, Sundays, and summer coming up. Yes.
And this is just a pitch, but so Saturday you guys have a DJ. Friday and Saturdays you guys have a DJ inside.
Yes, sir.
And the atmosphere inside is amazing. Once business is to 100% capacity, full capacity, are you thinking of having another DJ outside?
So that's an idea we haven't really talked about. On Sundays, we do actually put the DJ outside for the crowds, for the games. That is definitely something we're all thinking about and talking about, but we also might be putting a band outside and then a DJ inside and having two different environments going on at once. So that way you can pick and choose your music. You can come get the little nice club feel, go outside on patio and just have some nice bluesy kind of tunes, some jazzy tunes. You never really know what you're going to get at Porta Rossa.
I like that one, though. That one's pretty cool. The bluesy, jazzy outside.
Yes, sir.
Why not? And especially with even the views around here, too. The views around here in this area is very nice.
Oh, absolutely. Also, we are going to be bringing some karaoke, from what I've been told, for Wednesday nights. So that's also something that we're going to be doing inside.
Wednesday nights. And I did see on your Instagram that Thursdays are Latino nights as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. You will have a complete Latin vibe. Our DJs, like I said, will switch it up to all genres so everyone feels included at all, but it is more Latin-dominated music, guaranteed. And also our DJs do take requests every now and then.
That's always important.
Yes, sir. Got to play for the people, right?
Of course. So, with Porta Rossa evolving and growing, when you guys are hiring people, what do you look for in an individual?
Work ethic is definitely one of the biggest things I look for. Of course, you got to have honesty. But definitely it's work ethic. You got to have the right attitude, the right fit, be able to work well with others, extremely well with others. We are a team environment. There is no singular entity. Like even for me, being with my job, I still never overstep anyone or try to do things above them. nobody asks us anything to do that they wouldn't do themselves. And if you're slammed and you're asking, hey, hand me a beer, it's probably because they're making 2-3 other drinks, and everyone kind of views that and works together well. So that's literally outgoing, good personalities, and work ethic. You got to have an amazing work ethic.
I respect that.
Yes, sir.
I think when it comes to, especially in the bar, I believe it's important to communicate.
Oh, extremely, yes. Not only do you have to, again, talk to guests and customers, you have to be able to talk to your other coworkers as well. Like when you're moving behind the bar, you got to be like, I'm on your right, just so you're not running into each other. Communication is key.
Communication is key.
If you're getting slammed and all of a sudden you got 6 ranch waters and 15 shots of Don Julio, it's a lot easier to find someone like me or one of our other bartenders that's not so busy and be like, hey, can you pour the shots while I make the drinks? All of our girls are great about working together like that. They kill it. You got to have a team to have a successful bar.
You have to have a team. That's important. So was there ever a time, even in your career, where you felt you had that pride where you didn't want to ask for help?
Yes, absolutely. After I won a couple of my first competitions, I wound up, definitely getting a little cocky. Way more than just saying it was confidence. I wound up getting cocky. I wound up thinking I was the best. And then I wound up getting beat in 2 competitions straight back to back from Flair 2 cocktail recipes. And it humbled me up. Then I wound up actually, the bar I was working for wound up closing, so they're no longer existing. And it humbled me up again to then go have to start over and look for a new job and realize it doesn't matter who you are and how great you are in one bar. You can be right back to the bottom of the totem pole no matter what you've accomplished. So it's a very humbling profession as well.
Definitely, because everybody falls.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody falls, but it's how you bounce back.
Oh, that's definitely the truth as well. And I definitely bounced back from that. So, yes, sir.
What are the principles you guys install within your team?
So our principles are, again, can't be tardy. You need to have that team effort every time you come in. If you're dealing with problems, that you can actually come in and talk to us. But when you're coming into work, please put the problems outside the door. Come on in and let's kill it. Let's all make money. Besides that, one of the properties we do also look for is being able to talk to anyone from any walk of life. Without being rude to people, you definitely have people who think they're entitled, whether it's because they've been here before or, just whatever walk of life they came from. You have to still be able to deal with guests like that, deal with guests that can snap in your face. So another thing we look for is being able to remain calm in all walks of situations. Because once you're in the bar industry, you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Do bartenders meditate?
So actually, yes, our staff does a lot. We actually are going to wound up having a team meeting to where our whole staff will be meditating and doing yoga together. Again, it's really good for team building exercises as well. But yeah, all of us are actually really high into meditating. 3 of my bartenders meditate at least 2-3 times a week.
Oh, that's good.
You got to clear your mind out of all those problems. Trust me, it'll get to you if you just sit there and take it in and don't have a release.
Oh yeah, no, and especially with mental health, that's the most important thing. You got to make sure you are very well mentally.
Absolutely, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. Working doubles or a lot of hours or just doing the same routine every day, it can be dull and numbing. And that's another way you have to meditate and be able to take those vibes off of yourself as well.
The bar life, the bar scene, it's a crazy atmosphere.
It truly is, I had a lot of my friends when I first started bartending, and they would always be like, oh, when you going to go get a real job? And I believe bartending actually is one of the realest jobs ever because you're never just serving drinks. Like I was talking about being a therapist earlier, you have all of that. You're popping beers, you're running around, you got 3 people trying to close a tab at the same time. There are times that not only are you just overwhelmed at work, it overwhelms you for the next time you're ready to go in. So yes, meditation is definitely key for a bartender being in the bar industry.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, and you make very well money.
Oh,
People don't realize it, but bartenders, even servers, make very good money.
Most of us do, yes. But at that same time, you also got to think about the nights that they don't. Everyone can have one really good night, walk out with $400-500 in a night, and then for the next 3 nights, you can make $20-50. It's not the most consistent career, but it's definitely, you have the ability to make money, especially if you have a good networking process. And that's what a lot of people don't also see into the bartending and service industry world, is you have to network. You have to constantly meet people, have people come out and see you, go out and see them. It's a whole more world than just serving a drink, that's for sure.
That's one of the only reasons why I wanted to become a bartender. I'm not a bartender, but if I wanted to become a bartender, is the networking, the connections you make. That's key.
Oh, absolutely. I've been offered 3 jobs just since I started at Porta Rossa. Now I will not be leaving Porta Rossa. I am set to watch this bar succeed.
And that means you're doing a great thing.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Again, with COVID hitting the slowest month, being, having the snow miss or whatever you want to call that little snowstorm we had, just adapt and swell. We've been doing amazing. No one thought we could do what we have, and we are more than proud of not only just our bartenders, but also our customers for being loyal and coming out to us.
Oh, absolutely. Your network is your net worth, and I really do see Porta Rossa becoming very big in San Antonio.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely going to be a Broadway staple for a very long time.
I like that. This is kind of a broad question, but where would you like to see Porta Rossa in the next 3 years?
Definitely automatically on anyone's top 10 that we are above number 5 for top mixology bars in San Antonio. That is a personal goal I have for myself. As for all of the aspects of everyone else that makes things happen here, we want to see this place just non-stop succeed, just triumph over, do everything we can to make the place better, and just be doing unheard of numbers, having some of the best service, and definitely providing a unique experience that you can't have at most bars. We like our whole different vibe that we have.
I like that. Every time I come here, behind you it says Ciao Bella.
That's our number 1 staple for our bar, actually. So in our other bar, they started playing around with having Instagram posable places in the bar to have your picture. So John, being Italian, decided to go with Ciao Bella, which actually means hello beautiful. Yeah, we actually wound up having Ciao Bella shots now and Ciao Bella drinks to go with it. But it is a huge staple. And by keeping the business kind of word of mouth and not super promoting it during COVID, we wound up just scrolling through Instagrams, and you'll see it constantly in people's photo pics, just like, oh, I was here and here, and it's definitely a staple. It's the number 1 way that people know you were at Porta Bella last night. You were at Porta Rossa. You saw Ciao Bella. Yeah, man, it's just one of those things to constantly get people out, kind of just like our red swings outside. But that is what it means. A lot of people ask us that, and it means hello beautiful.
That's funny. The first time I asked somebody that, they were taking pictures. I'm like, what does Ciao Bella mean? The couple actually said it means hello, bitch. And I was like, what?
Oh.
And then, and I looked it up on Instagram. Well, actually, I looked it up on Google, and it says hello, beautiful.
Yeah. Definitely did not put a neon sign saying bitch on her back wall, that's for sure.
Yeah, not at all. No, that's awesome, man. And one last question, and this is personally to you. So when we did the cheers, you said something. What was that you said?
So I either say Pesvidanya or Pestrovia. And Pestrovia is Russian for to your health. Now, if you ever wind up coming to Porta Rossa and you're able to have a drink with me or anything like that, I will always use the same cheer. I will say Pestrovia, to your health, to good times, and good people. That has just been my cheers for the past 6 years. Every one of my friends knows it. They know that's what we're cheersing to. So, yes, sir, that's just my own little staple of myself that I can give out.
Very nice. Were you born in Russia?
Yes, I was. I was actually originally born in Russia, and then I went into foster care. So yeah, I've been a little bit all over the world too. Lived in Mexico for 2 years. I've definitely explored the world a bit, which actually helped me bring some of my cocktails out. I used ingredients that come just from Mexico. I've used ingredients that I only found out about mezcal from living in Mexico. And then putting that in an old fashioned or putting it into a sour, trying a lot of things people hadn't tried before.
Very nice.
Yes, sir.
No, well, that is all. Thank you so much, Chief. I really appreciate it, Poli.
Thank you for coming to Porta Rossa.
Salud.
Cheers.